Guys, it is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly. We are back live for one of the biggest previews of the season so far. Manchester United take on PSG in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Probably Ole's biggest test as Manchester United manager so far, and I'm really looking forward to looking at this tactically, predicting my lineup, and also giving my score prediction. So guys, please do leave your thoughts in the live chat if you haven't already, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are very near to 560 subscribers, so anything you guys can do to help us out would be absolutely fantastic as well. If you're watching this as a video, don't be afraid to leave a comment. I really want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below as well. Welcome to Rashford, the Tactical Show, and Lennox. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. As I said, do all those stuff. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And don't be afraid to let your opinions be heard in the live chat, because this is why I do this for you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So please do let me know all of your thoughts and questions in the live chat as we go through. Welcome Sickbull as well. He says, I was meant to do a Champions League match, but I can't now. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. But I'm glad that you're here to join me, Sickbull. Really appreciate it. So we're going to start on the PSG side of the thing. I was going to say the side of the coin then, but we're going to start on the PSG side. Now, obviously, a lot of you guys already know that they have suffered a few big injury blows before this match. I mean, the biggest being Neymar, of course. Neymar got injured a few weeks ago, and just so happens that it falls on his sister's birthday. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to make anything up, but it does seem like years in a row, Neymar always gets left out for his sister's birthday, and you always see him on Instagram, posing with his sister. I'm going to leave that one there. So yeah, Neymar's out. Cavani as well, as the Tactical Show said there. Cavani is out for the first leg. I think he'll be back for the second leg, but it's a big chance because Cavani is a lethal finisher in front of goal. And yes, he's not the most mobile of players, but he's very, very physical, which would really have been a tough test for our defence to handle. So it's great to see him not in the side. And also Thomas Meunier, the PSG fullback, who is very, very much highly rated, touted to a lot of clubs, and is not going to be playing as well on that right back position. So PSG will not have the strongest squad to choose from, but still they've got some quality players. Kylian Mbappe is going to be their main focal point up front, and he is a magician with the ball. He's got blistering pace, frightening pace going forward, that we're going to really have to kind of deal with and close him down and make sure he doesn't have the space to do what he can do, because we saw in the World Cup and even performances for PSG, when you give him time and space, he will finish, and he is a clinical finisher, even at only, 19 years of age or 20 years of age, whatever he is. But Mbappe is going to be the main threat for us tomorrow, so that's what we're going to have to look out for. But other than that, PSG's team is going to be very, very weak. So we've got a huge chance tomorrow night to make a good start in this tie, because I think we are going to have to go with a lead to Paris Saint-Germain, to the Parc de France, because ultimately PSG, it's going to be a very, very difficult game away from home. So we have to make sure we make the most of our home advantage. And I'm sure we can do that with the way we've been playing at the moment and the kind of holes that are opening up with all these injuries to PSG. We have got a lot of, there is a lot of promise there, a lot of promise for tomorrow's game, and that's why I'm looking forward to it. I would say I'm quietly confident. Lennox says you have to see Evra's latest Insta post about the game. I saw Evra's latest Insta post. I mean, if you're not following Patrice Evra on Instagram, what are you doing? You've got to follow him if you're a Man United fan. He is so hilarious, so entertaining. And yeah, I saw his post. He was fired up for the game, as hopefully a lot of these players will be as well. And speaking of Insta, you give me a good segue there, Lennox. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Instagram in the link in the description down below, as well as follow me on Twitter, so please do. Welcome to Rashford. He said, big game for us, but again, we are Manchester United and we never fear any team. I agree, Rashford, mate. I agree. We shouldn't fear any side, especially with the way we're playing at the moment. We're brushing teams aside. We're playing some of the best football I've seen in years, and we should not fear any side, really. PSG especially. The PSG coming to Old Trafford, they've got it all to do. And, Tuchel's come out and given it the cocky, saying, oh yeah, we're coming to score maybe more than one. I mean, we'll see how you get on with that, mate. But let's be honest, it's not going to be as easy as that. It's not going to be as easy as that at all. So we'll see what happens. But PSG are going to have to come at us, because, they've got to fear us. We shouldn't be just fearing them. we've got stuff that they're gonna fear as well. So yeah, I agree with you, mate. Jack Vlogs, one of the stream, mate, thanks for joining. Says, are you going to use my graphics? I mean, thank you very much for making the graphics, Jack. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll try and weave those graphics into future videos. Yeah, thank you very much for making it. Really appreciate it. Matthew Coyle, one of the stream, mate, thanks for joining. He says PSG is still a very good team with injuries. Well, I totally agree. They've still got some quality players in there, no doubt about that. But ultimately, they're definitely a wounded animal at the moment. No Neymar, no Cavani. These are two players which would have given them a lot of attacking impetus. So, I mean, I am happy that they're injured. I'm happy they're not in the squad because there's just a few less, threats to worry about. But I do agree they're still a very good side, even with the injuries. Lennox says that Martial bit was funny. Yeah, I know, yeah. Raz says Martial's press conference was hilarious, asking Solskjaer what does that mean. Yeah, no, of course, obviously, he was a good translator. I mean, he doesn't speak that much. It doesn't seem like he speaks that much in English interviews. But I tell you what, if it's French interviews, he's all over it. But yeah, Douglas says Snake coming back to Old Trafford. Of course, Angel Di Maria hopefully will get the roaring reception that he deserves, which is being jeered and booed for 90 minutes. If he does stay on for 90 minutes, which he probably won't, he'll probably come off holding his foot after about 60 minutes. So yeah, that's what I think of Di Maria. I don't think he's going to cause us too many problems. Although it would just be like him to come back to Old Trafford and score. It does seem like Man United have got a bit of a habit of letting former players do well at Old Trafford. So we're going to have to make sure he doesn't score and give him the reception he deserves, if you know what I mean. Scholes going to Oldham, says Jack. Yeah, of course, it's a kind of former Manchester United player going to Oldham, another former player going into management. I hope he does well. I wish him the best of luck. I think I didn't really see Paul Scholes as a manager type, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares in Oldham, but I wish him well. I hope he does well. Lennox thinks Di Maria is going to get booed. I agree. Jack also said Di Maria is shit. Well, let's be honest, he is shit. He was shit for us anyway. He was just so inconsistent. And, when the money came calling, he was gone. He was a mercenary. He is the definition of a mercenary. Whilst it didn't work out for him at Old Trafford, I don't think he helped himself too much. But that's my opinion anyway. You guys might think differently. But I do agree, Di Maria is a snake. That was weird. But you know what I mean. He's just a bit of a twat. Just a bit of a twat. But yeah, Jack says he's still shit. What are you on about? Oh, okay, yeah. I agree. He's still a bit of a, and he's just annoying. He's just annoying. Who actually likes Angel Di Maria? Let's be honest. Which one of you guys actually likes Angel Di Maria? Who in the footballing world classes Angel Di Maria as anything special whatsoever? Talco says he would smash it now though on the right. Well, I mean, it's an interesting point. We have been looking for a right winger. I would not take Di Maria back whatsoever. I think that ship has well and truly sailed, not going to lie. We can't take Angel Di Maria back at Manchester United. It'd just be wrong. It'd be absolutely wrong. So, yeah, I hope we don't take Di Maria back at United. I think he would do an alright job, but I don't know. I don't know, really. I'm sceptical. I wouldn't want him back anyway. But if he hadn't played for Manchester United before, who knows? Welcome to Yash. Thanks for joining, Yash. As always, really appreciate it. Please leave a like, guys, if you haven't already. That would be absolutely fantastic. And don't be afraid to let your thoughts and opinions be heard in the live chat. We'll get through all of your comments and things like that as we go through. But tomorrow's game is a massive opportunity for the players to step up. And I'm talking one player in particular, Paul Pogba. Now, yes, he's been showing brilliant form at the moment in the league. He's scored about, what, 7 or 8 goals, 5 assists since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. Ridiculous numbers for Pogba. Racked up 11 Premier League goals. So impressive. But if we want to say that Paul Pogba's truly world class, he has to prove it on these nights. These are the nights that you wait as a player for. This is what we need to see from Paul Pogba. And we need him to absolutely run that midfield tomorrow night if we've got any chance of beating them over 2 legs. Paul Pogba needs to step up. And he's not the only one. He's definitely not the only one. I want to see Martial as well stepping up. Rashford's got a massive opportunity. And also, hopefully we see Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof starting. Hopefully they can have a brilliant game, and they'll need to have a brilliant game, especially against Kylian Mbappe, because he's going to cause them all manner of problems. So, we need to step up. As a team, everyone needs to be on it. Everyone needs to be at 100%. Not everything left on that pitch. Everything. We have to give everything if we are going to get out of this. Yes, of course, you know, PSG have got some weaknesses. They've got a few injuries. But they're going to still come and be very offensive. They're going to be very, very difficult to beat. So we've got to be on it from the first whistle to the last whistle. Because PSG, if we're not on it, they're going to take us apart. And that's what's going to happen. So we have to be on it from the very first whistle to the very last. Welcome, Patrick. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. And also welcome, Minimad. Thanks for joining, Minimad. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, that'd be absolutely brilliant. He says, I think Pogba and Martial will both get a goal. Their partnership since Ole's joined has been amazing. Totally agree. You know, Pogba and Martial, that French connection they always talk about, has just been an absolute revolution under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And hopefully we see Martial and Pogba start together, because every time, even under Jose Mourinho, when those two were starting, they just had such a great chemistry, and it was brilliant to see. It really was brilliant to see. And we always create chances down that left-hand side when we've got Pogba and Martial starting together. So let's hope we see that tomorrow night, and especially after his performance against Fulham. I think he definitely deserves that start as well. Patrick says, a bit late. How are you this evening, Patrick? I'm really well, Patrick. Thank you very much for joining. How are you guys? That's the most important thing. How are you guys? Rashford says, please, 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 Rashford, end Dani Alves' career, and those knuckle shots can doubt Buffon's retirement. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we see Rashford bang one in, you know, from about 35 yards out. But yeah, Rashford again, you know, running at Dani Alves. You know, send Dani Alves to that retirement home where he belongs. Send him there. But yeah, I think Rashford is definitely going to have to step up and have a really good game. And I think it's going to be difficult for Rashford, because it's not going to be as easy as just, you know, playing the ball to him. He's going to have to run his socks off, Rashford, tomorrow. He really is going to have to put in a shift. And it's not like he normally doesn't put in a shift, because he's absolutely brilliant usually. But Rashford is going to have to run more than normal, try and find the spaces however he can. And that's what we're going to have to do if we've got any chance of winning this game. The Tiger Show says Young's going to get raped. Yeah. Well, look, Ashley Young obviously is probably going to start right back. I don't see Delot starting. So I think Solskjaer's going to go with Ashley Young. And whilst he's got experience, he's not the most mobile player, and I think he can get caught out up the pitch a lot. We've seen that, you know, a lot of times before, that Ashley Young, you know, whilst he tries to go forward and whip balls in, which can be good, he does get caught up the pitch, and, you know, in behind with the pace of the likes of Di Maria and Mbappe. We will get shafted. If he goes up too far and gets caught, we will get shafted down that right-hand side. So we've got to be really, really careful and really, really disciplined against PSG. Jack says, please can you do a Brexit show? To be honest with you, mate, I don't have too many opinions on Brexit. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I know you guys might want a Brexit show, but I mean, this is not this kind of channel. You know what I mean? It's not that kind of political channel. If you want me to make a political channel, I can do, but I don't know much about politics. I'm going to be honest. So there you go. Patrick says, is Ashley Young going to start with the pace of PSG? I think Delot's a better choice. Yeah, Patrick, I'm not sure. I think I don't see Delot starting. I don't see Delot starting, especially for the fact that he played against Fulham. And when, you know, Solskjaer, you know, picked him against Fulham, it was because we were resting players. So I think he's going to trust Ashley Young a lot more than PSG. No, he's going to trust Ashley Young a lot more than he is Delot. And I think Delot, whilst he's a very good young player, he does get caught out defensively quite a lot, and probably even more than Ashley Young. So, you know, it's difficult to see. I think he definitely will go for Ashley Young just because of his experience, and probably will make him captain as well. Razzo says Ashley Young can't start like that. Ole needs to tell him about his responsibility, a bit of pace. Exactly. He's got a lot of responsibility. We have to be very, very disciplined indeed. So, you know, it's, as I said, you know, Young, he can be good, but he can be an absolute liability, as you guys know. Miniman says, Paddy Judah completely agree. Delot deserves a start. I think Delot's been good, but I just don't think he's going to start against someone like PSG. Patrick says, I mean, experience is a good thing, but you can't throw experience against pace. It's a good point. Look, PSG are going to have a lot of pace, but I just feel that Solskjaer's going to go for Young, and you'll see by my predicted lineup that I think Solskjaer is going to go for Ashley Young over Diogo Dalot. I just don't see someone with the lack of experience in Dalot. Whilst he's probably a lot quicker, he's got a lack of experience, and I think his defensive positioning definitely still needs a bit of work. But there's no doubt in the future that he's going to become a really, really good right back. But for me, I would still pick Ashley Young. But of course, you guys might have a different opinion, which is all good. I like different opinions. Lennox says Young is like Jekyll and Hyde, sometimes good / bad. You summed it up perfectly, Lennox. Absolutely perfectly. He definitely is a Jekyll and Hyde character. He can be really, really good on his day, and we can, praise him for a very, very, a defensively solid performance. On other days, he can be a pile of shite. And that's the truth of it. Ashley Young is not as consistent as he used to be. He's never really been consistent as a fullback. Obviously, he got moved. He did the same thing as what most Man United old wingers do, which is being moved to the kind of right wing position and then moved back to the right back position. And that's what's happened to Ashley Young, happened to Antonio Valencia. And Young has never been consistent as a right back. He's been an all right option, but he's never really been consistent, if you know what I mean. Minimat says, I think Bailly needs to start for a defensive pace. Yeah, I would love to see Bailly and Lindelof partnership. I think that's our best centre-back partnership we've got at our disposal. I thought Smalling slotted into the team really nicely against Fulham after his injury, but I do think he's not going to get into this team against PSG. I think it's a bit too early to throw him into the deep end like that. So I think we'll see Lindelof, who's been an absolute monster at the back since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, and Eric Bailly as well has got a lot to prove, and hopefully can prove that he's a brilliant, brilliant defender, and so Solskjaer trusts him a bit more. Because I'm not sure if Solskjaer really trusts Bailly that much. We see Solskjaer like to go with Lindelof and Jones at the back. He seems like he trusts Phil Jones over Eric Bailly, so we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that Bailly and Lindelof start together tomorrow. Jack's 11 is De Gea, Young, Lindelof, Bailly, Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Martial, Rashford and Lingard. I think that's probably our best 11. I've got to say, Jack, I think that is our best 11 that we could put out. I think, Pogba, Herrera, Matic, brilliant midfield three. I think it'd be ludicrous to break that up. And as I said, Martial, Rashford, Lingard, a lot of pace in behind. Really, really scary for PSG. And as we said, PSG have got a lot of threats, but we've got to be confident in ourselves. We've got a lot of threats to go at them, so it'll be interesting. Patrick says Shaw is going to be the key, counter-attack with his speed, and on to Martial, Paul and Rashford. Shaw will be key, mark my words. Well, he said it. Paul said it. Patrick said it here first. Patrick has said it here first. And, I think Shaw has done very, very well for us. And I think he definitely will be an important player defensively and offensively, as you said there, Patrick. Rashford says, I want Valencia to return. You can say anything you want. Is he not good? Okay, but he knows he's responsible. I think in terms of defensive kind of, defensively, I think Valencia is probably better than Ashley Young. But going forward, a lot of United fans get very, very frustrated with him, especially with the fact he always kind of stops and then takes a side with movement, stops, and he's not the fluid forward player that we want. But in terms of defensive, I'm trying to think of the word, but in defensively, I think he's much better than Ashley Young. But I think Valencia probably won't play. Valencia did not train with the first team as well, so I don't think Valencia will be in contention for the game anyway. Lennox says Bailly and Lindelof have to start. I agree, mate. Totally agree, Lennox. Yash says Shaw, Victor, Bailly, Young, Pogba, Matic, Herrera, Lukaku, Martial, Lingard, Rashford has a knock. I hope Rashford doesn't have a knock, Yash. I really hope not, because Rashford is definitely someone who we need to perform tomorrow, and I'm hoping he can play. If he does have a knock, that'll be really disappointing, because his form recently is just the perfect player that we need to play in this game. So fingers crossed Rashford can play tomorrow. Minimat says, I think Mourinho bought a few players to stop other teams buying them. For example, Lindelof, when he came, is one of the hottest topics in Europe, and he never got a look in under Jose. I think you could be right. I think another player that you could look at is Alexis Sanchez. Did he buy Alexis Sanchez to stop Man City from having it? Was it all a PR stunt? I think it's definitely something like that. Fred, you could argue, Fred was heavily linked with Man City before he came to Manchester United. I think there's definitely something behind that, excuse me. Patrick thinks Valencia's lost it. Lennox thinks, I like Valencia, but he's finished. So a few of you guys saying Valencia's not the player he used to be. I would agree with that. And I think he probably won't get into the first team for the rest of the time. I think, unfortunately, he'll probably have to be moved on or be a squad player, depending on whether he accepts his role as a squad player. Rashford says, I sent you my lineup on Insta earlier. Yep, and you know what? That's a great segue, Rashford. I will get onto my predicted lineup right now. But before we do that, I'm gonna share with you the predicted lineup Rashford sent to me on Instagram. My Instagram link is in the description down below if you guys want to follow me. So yeah, I'll show you what Rashford said. So Rashford in the chat went with a 3-2-3-2 formation. I think please do correct me if I'm wrong. He said De Gea in goal, Lindelof, Bailly, Jones, Herrera, Matic, Shaw, Young, Pogba, Martial, and Rashford up front. So no Jesse Lingard for Rashford in there. Also got a back three of Lindelof, Bailly, and Jones as well. Two in midfield of Herrera and Matic. Wing backs of Young and Shaw. So a very interesting lineup there. Pogba playing as kind of a central attacking midfielder. So as I said, a very interesting lineup. From Rashford there. Definitely an attacking lineup with the fullbacks pushing on. So I think that's a very interesting prospect. Very interesting prospect from Rashford there. And if you guys want to add me on Instagram as well, thank you very much, Lennox, as well. Appreciate it. My link's in the description down below. Lennox says, Patrick says, how about we sign Rossi and play him when we're comfortable in games? Who knows? Who knows? Obviously, Rossi's been training with us, Giuseppe Rossi, a former United player in his own right. So maybe we could see Rossi come to United. Who knows? Rashford said very attractive. Yeah, very attractive indeed. I think your formation's spot on, mate. I think your formation could be spot on. But yeah, that moves me on to my predicted formation, and you guys can leave your thoughts on my predicted formation, and also your thoughts on or your predicted formations in the live chat as well. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So before we get into it, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. That'd be absolutely brilliant. So I'm gonna go with the same 4-3-3 formation. I do apologise because I had to change the I had to kind of change my studio a bit. It's just complications. I can't explain. But basically, my formation graphic has gone walkabout. I haven't been able to add it back in, so I do apologise about that. So yeah. But we're gonna go with, so let's go with it. Let's just go with it. So my formation is a 4-3-3. Gonna go with David De Gea in goal. 4 at the back. Gonna go with Shaw at right back. No, Shaw at left back. By Lindelof as the 2 centre backs. Ashley Young at right back. 3 in midfield. Matic, Pogba, Herrera, and then 3 up front. It's got to be Martial, Rashford, and Lingard. I hope to see Lingard come back into the side. So that is my predicted lineup. De Gea in goal. Young, by Lindelof and Shaw. Matic, Pogba, Herrera, Lingard, Martial, and Rashford up front. That is my predicted lineup. Please do leave your thoughts on that predicted lineup in the live chat and also in the comment section down below if you haven't already. We'd really appreciate it. We've currently got 13 people live watching, so thank you very much if you are watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also let's try and get to 10 likes for the stream. That'll be absolutely fantastic. A like really does go a long way. Lennox says spot on. Mini Mad says I think United should buy Koulibaly and Udriozola in the summer. Sorry, I didn't know that name, but yeah, I think Koulibaly is definitely someone I would love to bring in the summer. Unfortunately, he's going to cost a lot of money, but is he worth it? Is he worth it for that sort of money? Welcome to Man United Fan Stand. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Make sure you check his channel out as well in the description down below. Really would appreciate that. And I'm sure he would appreciate that as well. Rashford says if you're not following Patrick's ever on Insta, then you're joining. I love this game. Exactly, mate. Exactly. If you're not following Patrick's ever on Instagram, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've got to follow Patrick's ever on Instagram. He is the real G. I love him. I absolutely love him. Patrick says, Odriozola sounds like a medication for gas trouble. He does a bit, doesn't it? It's a bit of a weird name, I've got to say. It's a bit of a weird name, but there you go. He could be the next big thing. Lennox is spot You know what? If we play if we play my predicted formation, I'm not going to try and sound big-headed or anything. But if we play my predicted formation, we should have enough firepower in that team to get a result. And as I've said, PSG have got a lot to worry about in terms of coming against us, because we have got some quality players who are right on the top of their game at the moment. And one player as well I think is going to be the key, Ander Herrera. He's played some magnificent games so far as well. So I'm really hoping that Herrera can, continue his solid form, because he plays such an underrated role in that midfield. Breaking up the play, being the link between the defence and the forward line. Just so good. So I'm really hoping he can have a brilliant game once again. And we'll need him. Especially someone as well like Nemanja Matic. I think actually in terms of the injuries, because I know Verratti is back in contention for PSG, but their midfield compared to our midfield at the moment, I think our midfield is probably a bit better. So that's obviously a good sign going into the game. But Matic as well is going to be very pivotal for us if we are going to win this game. Again, breaking up the play like he has been doing in the past few games. But I'm sure he can do the job. Minimad says... Odriozola is a Madrid right back, needs game time. The few times I saw him, he's been class. Look him up. I will look him up, definitely, Minimad. I'll look him up, definitely, after you said that. The Tag Show says, just get Manolas, he's cheaper and decent. And Manolas has got a lot more experience. I think, obviously he's been and done it in the Champions League for Roma. So he's got a lot of experience. He's been there and done it. And, I think Manolas wouldn't be a bad signing whatsoever. Welcome Exchange Gaming Plays. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like if you haven't already. Rashford goes with 2-0 United. Very important to keep the clean sheet at home. It is very important, especially with the away goals rule. If we do keep a clean sheet, that'll be massive for us, because it means that PSG don't get an advantage in the second leg. So yeah, clean sheet, very vital. As Patrick has said there, he also says Pogba's family's in France, right, so he'll be playing extra happy. Yeah, exactly. Pogba will be very comfortable playing in France, obviously in the second leg. But we need to see Pogba. If Pogba wants to be regarded as a world-class name, he has to perform on Champions League nights like tomorrow night. We have to see the best of Paul Pogba tomorrow. If not, I think a lot of his doubters will start to creep out of the shadows that they've been in for the past few months, because Pogba needs to deliver on the biggest stages. He has to deliver on the biggest stages. So let's hope he can do that. And I've got every faith he can. I don't think he's going to, he's been playing so well in the Premier League. So I don't see why he'd drop his form. So I'm hoping Pogba, he can just run the midfield, make things happen, enjoy himself, express himself. That's all he needs to do, really. But yeah, I'm stoked, guys. I'm really looking. I mean, who doesn't like a Champions League night under the lights at Old Trafford? It's what being a football fan's all about. These sort of massive occasions. This is what being a football fan's all about. Rasta said Lukaku's not a name in the Champions League knockout, which is great. Yeah, look, Lukaku, I think a lot of United fans will be saying that, if we play Lukaku, that'll be detrimental to us. I think off the bench, he's not a bad option, but I think we shouldn't start him. I think definitely Marcus Rashford is someone who we need to be looking at starting, and I think the way Rashford's been playing at the moment, he fully deserves a start. Welcome, Karen Buses Sport. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. He goes with a 1-0 win to Manchester United. Remember, please do leave a like, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Patrick says, remember 7-1 against Roma, just saying. Yeah, I mean, now it was a brilliant Champions League night, no doubt about it, and hopefully we can have the same sort of thing against PSG. I mean, a 7-1 win against PSG would just be an absolute... It's the stuff that dreams are made of, it would be. Rashford says he's definitely not a Champions League player. What do you mean Lukaku's not a Champions League player? I don't know. I mean... We haven't really seen Lukaku play against the best in the Champions League. I thought last season Lukaku actually had a decent record in the group stages. So it would be interesting to see Lukaku potentially play against PSG, but I don't think we'll see it. Welcome, Rodney. Thanks for joining, Rodney. Really appreciate it. Make sure you check out Rodney's channel in the link in the description down below. Would really appreciate that. I'm sure he would really appreciate that as well. Patrick says Alan Smith was playing that day. Yeah, the glory days, Patrick. The glory days. Alan Smith, Ronaldo, Rooney, just Rio Ferdinand, all those guys. So, it was the glory days, Lennox says Lukaku scored 5 goals last season in the Champions League, which, to be fair, is not a bad record. It's not a bad record at all for Lukaku. And, you know, even though this season has been a pretty poor season for him, you know, I think having him as a bench option isn't the worst option in the world. I still think I would like to start Marcus Rashford just because he's on brilliant form at the moment. So I think it'd be wrong not to start Marcus Rashford in my opinion. But you know, I think Lukaku, I think a lot of United fans are being a bit too harsh on Lukaku in my opinion. I think he's still got a bit to offer. I think he's still a goal scorer. And I think a lot of United fans are getting on his back very, very quickly. Welcome, Nick. Thanks for joining, Nick. Really appreciate it. As I said, guys, can we get to 10 likes? That'd be absolutely brilliant if we could get to 10 likes. Really would appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to get into my score prediction now, and if you guys are watching the stream live, make sure right now you leave your score predictions in. I'll read them all out as I'm saying my score prediction as well. So if you're watching right now, make sure to get your score prediction in the live chat. And of course, if you're watching as a video, make sure you leave a comment down below of your predictions, anything else, any opinions towards this game or anything you want to say. The comments are open. I don't censor. I don't censor anything, so say whatever you like. Patrick says, one more thing is we can't be overconfident, we could get punished. No, I think you're right, Patrick. I think you're right. We're playing PSG. They're one of the best team. They're the best team in France for a reason. Well, one of the reasons is because there's not much competition. But the other reason is they've got some decent players. And we can't underestimate them. PSG are one of the European powerhouses at the moment. One of the favourites to win the Champions League at the start. I'm not sure really if they're the favourites now. But I still think we can't underestimate them. By the way, welcome to Krishna V89. Welcome, Krishna. Thanks for joining. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining, mate. Really, really do appreciate it. And welcome to Dazza's Football Stand. Thanks for joining. He says, yo, bud, taking calls at all. Tough game. It will be a very, very tough game, Dazza. Really will be a tough game. And if you want to check out Dazza's channel, link in the description down below. Sadly, I won't be able to take any calls tonight, guys. I do apologise. But I should be able to take calls tomorrow night after the game, with hopefully smiles on our faces. Lennox says, I doubt he would like to be a bench player next season. He'll probably leave in the summer. I think you've definitely got a point there, Lennox. I think if Lukaku is kind of, you know, banished to the bench, I think you're right. I don't see Lukaku staying on if he's just going to sit on the bench, to be honest. Nick says they've got the money to buy him as well. Oh yeah, of course. Right, okay, I'm going to get into my score prediction. You guys can leave your score predictions in the live chat right now. I want to see what you guys have to say. What are you predicting for the game? For me, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I think it's going to be so close. It's going to be a very, very close game. I don't think we're going to blow them out of the water, but I think we will get the 3 points in this game. One thing I hope we don't concede. I really hope we don't concede. That away goal is so crucial that we don't give away goal. So, and if we do give an away goal, we have to make sure it's only one goal. Because more than one away goal and we could be in trouble. So, look, 2-1 win for me would be a decent result. I'd love a 2-1 win. Let's hope we get that. Rashford and Pogba on the score sheet. Pogba from the penalty spot. Rashford scoring. 2-1 win. What are you guys going for? By the way, welcome LB Football. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. Please do subscribe to the channel, guys, if you are new. That'd be absolutely fantastic if you haven't already. And yeah, we're trying to get to 560 subscribers, so please do help us out any way you can by liking, sharing the stream if you do enjoy it. And don't be afraid to leave your thoughts in the live chat as well. I read every single comment. I try and read all the comments because you guys are the ones that make these streams. Krishna says, United will win this match, don't worry. Pogba and De Gea, Rashford are at a good level, they'll win. Look, Krishna, I love your optimism, mate. I really do love your optimism, Krishna. And I wish every United fan could be as positive as you. I wish. But yeah, I love it, Krishna. Love it. He also said I'm saying PSG will not score a goal. That'd be an absolute dream, mate. That'd be an absolute dream. Dalla says, I fancy our chances for this game as there's no Neymar or Cavani and we'll win it 2-1. Great minds think alike, Dazza. Patrick says, so Cavani and Neymar are out and one more important player with concussion. Exactly. They're a wounded animal. They really are. Thanks for the sub, LB Football. Really appreciate it, mate. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Red Devil Weekly army. Patrick said, to be honest, I'll take a 0-0 draw, but there's going to be goals. I agree. I think there will be goals. There's no doubt about that. You know, two very, very attacking sides. You know, got a lot of attacking talent. Defensively, I think PSG probably just edge it, but I think Lindelof is a very, very good player. I just think PSG probably just about edge it. So, yeah, I'll take a 0-0 draw right now. If you're offering me a 0-0 draw, I'll probably take it. But the way we're playing at the moment, it'd be brilliant if we could get a win. So, yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope for the best. Can I get a shout-out? By all means. If you want to go check out LB Football, he's in the live chat there. Make sure you check him out. Really, really good channel. So make sure you check out LB Football. And I'll definitely check you out after the stream, mate. So make sure you subscribe to him. Patrick says, to be honest, I'll take nil. Oh, yeah, I've already read that. Sorry, Patrick. Such a good comment. I nearly read it twice. Such a good comment. Krishna says, bro, there's no attacking for PSG except Di Maria and Mbappe. Well, to be fair, I've got to say, Krishna, you're right, but Di Maria and Mbappe are still much better than what Fulham are giving. You know what I mean? You know, Di Maria and Mbappe are still very much a threat. Very much a threat. So we've got to be wary of that. We've got to be wary of that. It doesn't matter if it's only Mbappe and Di Maria. They've got some brilliant players. So we can't underestimate them. Welcome, Ole Gunnar. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. If it's your first time here, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. TTX Productions joins the stream. What a man. What a hero. Please do subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Trying to hit 560 subscribers. So anything you guys can do to help would be absolutely fantastic. Ole Gunnar goes for 3-2 to Manchester United. What a ding-dong game that would be. That would be a game for the ages. 3-2 United. TTX says Di Maria is a snake. Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. Di Maria is a snake. We need to give him the reception he deserves, which is horrible. A horrible reception for Di Maria. We have to give him a horrible reception, and that's all we have to do. Welcome to a lot of you guys joining. Welcome XD Rhythms. Welcome Blue Moon 99. Welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. He goes with 5-0 to Manchester United. That would be beautiful. 5-0 United. Superb. XD Rhythms, the kickoff tomorrow, I think is 8 o'clock tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you tune in for that. And make sure, guys, to hit that notification bell if you haven't already. So if you have subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell. So make sure you're notified when we go live for the review of the game. So make sure you're there. Christians, thanks for the sub, Christian. I really appreciate it. He also says, we've got a god stopper, De Gea. Say it. Exactly. He is the best goalkeeper in the world. David De Gea is the best goalkeeper in the world. And there's nothing you can say to change my mind. There's nothing you can say to change my mind. David De Gea, best goalkeeper in world football. No doubt about it. No question. No question. So, ultimately, you know, David De Gea, as you said, Krishna, is God level. He is God level. I mean, he's better than God level. He's better than God level. LB says this video is trending, you know. Well, it's thanks to you guys. It's thanks to you guys. Honestly, I would not do this without you guys supporting me. So thank you so much for being in the stream. It means so much to me. Please do leave a like if you haven't already as well. If you are enjoying this, please do leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. LB said, do you do career mode or just vlogs? I usually just do these sort of videos, to be honest with you. You know, previews, reviews. It's mainly a Manchester United channel, to be honest. But yeah, I might branch out into that sort of stuff. Who knows? Lennox, 8 PM. Spot on, mate. Spot on. Patrick says, men will rise for United tomorrow. Let's hope the men will rise tomorrow. Honestly, let's hope so, Patrick. They'll have to rise. We'll have to be on top of our game if we're going to beat PSG. We're going to have to be on the top form. So let's hope so. TTX says we can beat PSG, Meunier, Cavani and Neymar out. We have a great chance. We definitely do, TTX. A massive chance. They're a wounded animal at the moment. And the way we're playing is so exciting. So yeah, totally agree with you, mate. We can beat PSG. There's no reason why we can't beat PSG. You know, they've got some decent players, but we've got some decent players that they're going to have to fear. So honestly, we can beat PSG, no problem at all. LB says, could you do match streams like United Stand? Well, I do these sort of streams. I don't really do watch-longs as such. I sometimes do them if I've got time, but usually I don't really do them. But I might do them in the future, who knows. Krishna says Sanchez is improving, but the main problem is Lukaku not finishing, but Ole will help him. And I think, yeah, Lukaku, that's the thing. Lukaku's finishing, unfortunately, has been poor, and really, he hasn't had too many opportunities to score goals, and he just doesn't have the same dynamic movement up front. You know, doesn't have the same dynamic movement up front that Rashford has, and the kind of, the kind of dynamic movement and I don't think Lukaku poses as much as a threat as Rashford does. That's all I'm saying. LB says, mate, I was joking about trending on YouTube. Well, I mean, I know it wasn't trending on YouTube because I mean, if I was trending on YouTube, that would just blow my mind. But I knew it wasn't trending on YouTube. But I got your joke. But yeah, thanks for joining. Patrick says, after much deliberation, I'm going with a 3-0 win for United. I can feel it. Let's hope so, Patrick, mate. Let's hope so. I'm just rubbing my hands at the thought of a 3-0 win. Crazy Pizza Gaming, thanks for joining. He goes with 3-2 to Manchester United. Beautiful. 3-2 United. We've already had a 3-2 prediction from TTX as well. Not TTX, somebody else. XD Rhythms as well. So, yeah, I'll be happy with that, mate. Krishna says, but PSG have got a good defensive. I'll predict United will score 2 and PSG 0. 2-0 win. Take that all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank, I'd take that. I'm doing good, Crazy Pizza, mate. I'm absolutely beaming with positivity. How are you doing? How are you doing? That's the most important thing. How are you guys doing? LB says, are you from Manchester? Because I ain't. Well, clearly, as you can tell by my accent, I'm not from Manchester. I'm actually from down south. I'm a soft southern bastard, as they say. But anyway, no, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter. Patrick says, I remember the 3-2 versus Milan. No, thanks. Well, look, 2 away goals would not be ideal, but to win the game, take a lead back to Paris, would be very much favourable. So, 2 away goals, I wouldn't like it, but as long as we win the game, I wouldn't have too much qualms about it. But yeah, T2X says, how can I be a moderator for this channel? Well, T2X, I mean, I'm not really looking for moderators, but if you do stick around for the channel for a few more streams, then I can make you mod. Yeah, definitely. Usually I usually make people mods who are kind of stick around for a while and you know, are in the live chat for quite a few of my streams, because then I know I can like trust them to be here. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, you know, you're any less of a watcher or anything, because I'm so grateful for the fact that you're here, TTX. But you know, I usually, you know, make people moderator a bit later on. So yeah, as long as you're subscribed to the channel and you know, watch the streams consistently, then yeah, I'll be very happy to make you moderator, because we don't have that many moderators, to be honest. Krishna says, keep on doing what you're doing, bro. You're doing great, bro. Awesome. Thank you so much, Krishna, mate. Really does warm my heart that you say that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I'm trying to improve every day. I want to do this as a living someday as well. So I'm obviously trying to improve my style. And to hear comments like that is so rewarding. So thank you so much, Krishna. Really appreciate it. And thank you for being here. It's just so great talking to you guys, fellow United fans, about the game. LB said, do you think Douglas Costa's a good fit for Man United? Well, I've heard a lot of the rumours. I've definitely heard a lot of the rumours that Douglas Costa, you know, Douglas Costa may be coming to United. I think he's a good player. We saw him play against us for Juventus, and I thought Douglas Costa caused us a lot of problems. But I mean, I think as a winger, he could be a good option. I don't think realistically we're going to get him, but I think he's definitely a good option down the line. How old are you on 13? I'm currently 17, nearly 18, 1 month away from being 18 years old. Can you believe it? So yeah, I'm about 5 years older than you, LB Football. Krishna says, bro, Matic is the person we have talked about less about what a beast he has become now. He scores with the header and cleanness in free kicks. I'm hoping, yeah, and Matic will have to play fantastically well against PSG, and I think if he just keeps up his good form, you know, I think we'll do all right, because he definitely, similar to Ander Herrera, those two do such an underrated role in the midfield. They do such an underrated role. So yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope they can do the business. Patrick says 13 and watching Coronation Street. Oh yeah, to be fair, I've never watched a full episode of Coronation Street. I'm not a soap fan. I'm more of just I'm more of a little Comedy Central, bit of The Office, the UK version of The Office. What a show that is. basically just some of the British sitcoms. You know, Gavin and Stacey, The Office. What else? I don't know. Just British comedy programs. Usually, I love them. TTX said Douglas Costa rather go for Leon Bailey and add Rashi and Martial. Yeah, I think, you know, Leon Bailey again has been someone who's been talked about heavily. So Leon Bailey especially has got a lot more years ahead of him to progress, and that might be the better one if we're looking at a long-term option. You could be right. LB says my Man United lineup is the formation 4-3-3. Again, I think that is our best formation, I would say, definitely. Patrick says the only sitcom I've watched is Not Going Out. That is a great show as well. Not Going Out. Lee Mack is a brilliant comedian. Honest, Patrick, yeah, Not Going Out is a very, very good show. T2X says, Matic is too slow physically. We need a DM like Ndombele. Again, another name linked with United. I've heard of him. I haven't seen too much of him, but you know, he's a decent player. He is a decent player. And I think, again, if we're looking at long-term options, I think he could be the one. Friday night dinner, In-Betweeners. I mean, I did like the In-Betweeners. Sadly, it's not really on anymore, and it's not really on TV that much anymore. But I mean, it is on, but it's on an awkward time to me, so I don't watch it that much. But it was a good show when it was on. If you like that sort of humour. Christian says Ole needs a good defence like Medi, Benatia, Alderweireld, and De Ligt. Well, I think a defender is definitely someone we need to look at. We've already spoken about Koulibaly, De Ligt, Benatia, Alderweireld as well. Harry Maguire we were linked with in the summer. I just hope we do get a defender over the line next summer, because I think even though Lindelof and Bailly could be a very, very good partnership, I still think we need that world-class centre-back to take us to the next level and to progress us so that we start with, challenging for Premier League titles. We need a defender to come in and have that Van Dijk effect. So let's hope we can do that, and I'm sure we have the funds to do that. And if Ole does get this job, I hope he does get fully backed by the board, and I'm sure he will do. But guys, I am going to end the stream here. Thank you so much to everyone who has been watching. Really, really do appreciate it. Honestly, your support is absolutely insane. So please do keep it coming. And thank you so much. Honestly, really, really do appreciate it. You guys have absolutely made my Monday night. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're only 4 subscribers away from 560 subscribers, so anything you guys can do, whether that's subscribing, sharing the video with your mates, would be absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, guys, really appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow for the review of the game, hopefully with smiles across our faces. Make sure you hit that notification bell to be notified when we go live tomorrow night. But thanks for watching, guys. Honestly, it's been such a great stream. Really, really enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Come on, United. Let's take a good lead back to Paris. See you later.